Welcome to another episode of the Butterfly Mindset Podcast.
Left late night, what a mess. We woke up and we're still obsessed. Can't keep it straight night and day. We keep it classy, still we stay.
Welcome to another episode of the Butterfly Mindset Podcast. Today I have my good friend Moein Tehran.
Tehran, yes.
The capital.
Just the capital.
That's amazing. What a name, man. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, bro.
Of course, yeah.
What's really interesting for me is like from where I started seeing your what you're doing, or like a couple years ago, to like where you're at now is really cool, like the growth. But I mean, you have a team, you have 11 agents. You're a highly productive team.
Yeah.
You've quickly made a big name for yourself here in Orange County. And I think you're like barely right here, you know, and I think you're going to keep like you're barely peaking, like you're barely going to start moving up, but you're way ahead of a lot of other people. So with that being said, like conversation wise, like I really want to talk about like where you're at now, but I really want to go to like how you got to where you're at, you know, because you're not from here. You were born
in Tehran.
In Tehran.
Yeah.
Right? You're born in Tehran. When did you move here?
About 10 years ago.
Okay.
So I was born there. I lived there for 17 years. I moved out when I was 17.
Okay.
Right before I had to serve the military. After 18, you cannot leave the country.
Yeah.
I moved out. Didn't have much money. And the only place that I could go and I could afford was India. I wanted to learn English. I wanted to study programming, and India was great for that. They were speaking English, and also it was cheap. It was close to Iran, and I was thinking that I could figure it out, and I decided, and I just moved to India. I didn't know anyone. There. I couldn't even speak the language. I got to the airport, my luggage was lost. I couldn't tell them this is the situation, this is the problem.
So you only spoke Farsi at the time?
Farsi, yeah. A little bit of like English that you learn in school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So then
and I moved. I had my entire life in 2 luggages that were lost.
you just said, I'm gone. 17 years old, you're like, peace out.
Yeah, peace out. And I was thinking, oh, I'm the bad kid. I can, like, you know, I can figure this out. This is nothing. Then I was like, nah, hold on. Hold on a second. No, this is difficult. But the idea of, I was that kid that I would just do anything, and I would just do stupid shit. I don't know how. I'm just going to, this is also, like I told you, this is my first podcast. I'm just going to be me. I might just say, like, random stupid words, but this is just me, and I don't filter it out.
Yeah.
I was thinking like I can pull this off, but I was struggling with one thing, that if I can't, I have to go back, obviously, but that means I'm a loser. That means that I gave up. I couldn't do that. I was like, nah. There was a lot of times I ran out of money. I could not talk to people. I could not say what I needed. And I was like, okay, I need to go back. At least I had a roof. There was a roof. There was a house. At least I could speak my language. But the idea of giving up, I was like, that's not me.
So you were 17 years old. What did your parents say when you're like, I'm moving to India?
They were always supportive, actually. And at the time, we had internet. But it was not like you would search everything and, you know, you figure out things and you just like move out and you know what to do. I had an address of my embassy when I got there, and it was like 12:30 or 1 a.m.
Yeah.
I got a taxi. I went to the embassy. It was closed. That was the only address I had. I was like, my luggage was gone. And I just kept calling this one phone number that I had, someone from the embassy. I woke them up and I was like, well, I'm here. They were like, So what?
So
They literally like helped a kid that was lost. And it went day by day. It went from someone who was thinking, I'm very strong, I would fight. I fought a lot in my school. Like I have like scars, I have scratches, like I have stitches everywhere. I was thinking I'm a tough kid.
yeah.
I would wake up crying, sleep like crying.
Yeah. You're like,
But the idea of like giving up, I have to go back. No, I couldn't do it.
so when you were leaving, and this is interesting because it's this thought process and mindset. When you were leaving, your parents were super supportive, and then what were you telling your friends when you're leaving?
It's a good question. I'm going to a foreign country. I'm going to India. That's it.
And they were,
I'm just yeah.
and they were, you're like, I'm out. So for you, there was also, you put pressure on yourself a lot of like that you were supposed to go there to succeed and win, and when you got there, it felt like you weren't at first.
I don't know if I left because I'm going to succeed. But from childhood I was thinking when I grow up I want to be out. I want to go to a foreign country. I don't even know the name of the country, a foreign.
Yeah.
But and I ended up like doing it. It was I think a part of it was universe too. I was supposed to go out. I was supposed to go through the things that I went through.
Yeah. So you got there, so you got to India, which like you went to India because you wanted to do some programming and
Right. Study there,
study
go to
English,
college. Yeah.
go to college,
Yeah.
yada yada. So you get there, you're lost. You're a lost boy.
Yeah.
and then how'd you figure out where to live? Like what was that process like? How long did you stay in India?
6.5 years.
6.5. So you figured out something.
I figured it out. I figured that first thing I need to do is just to pick up the language. I mean, I have to improve it, make my everyday, like day to day, better. I have to figure that out, whether it's in Hindi or whether it's in English. And detailed question: how did I figure it out? The guy who helped me that night, I went to a guest house, and from there I was getting people's help. What do I do? Where people go and live? And then after that, after a few days in that guest house, I had to move out. I went to a hotel for 1 month. I stayed there. And at the same time, I was learning English. I was going to classes and trying to look to finish my 12 class. I had to give the exams and pass. I was studying for those and also looking for a university that I want to start, because if the time passes, then the admissions are closed and then it's going to be next year. So I had a tight timing window that I had to do everything, and it just worked out. Things would work out, like crazy amount of stress, but things would work out in different ways.
So what about like money? How were you affording to do anything?
I had some support of my parents. I was at the time at 1,000 toman. It was $1. So we would say like 1 toman, $1. It was the same thing. So they could help me a little bit. And then after that, I got a job. I had to get a job. But then that became double. So it was 2 toman, $1. 4 toman, $1. And today is 100,000. It's like it's 100 times more. Which is like, that currency in the world is just the worst currency in the world. I think so. It's like 100 times.
Yeah, that's insane.
You give 100, you get $1 now.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you were there. You're trying to figure it out. You figured it out, and then what did you do for those 6 years then while you were there?
I started going to this university. Started doing IT. I finished my bachelor, and then I was like, okay, it's the time. Now I can speak English. I have my bachelor's degree, 4 years of engineering. Great. I have to go to Europe or US, right? Do my master's. it's easier. I speak the language. I can probably get some, somewhere at some admission somewhere. I was thinking of Germany. I started learning Deutsch, and I tried so hard. Nothing was coming true. Nothing was like, this is my goal, but there are steps that I'm trying to take, but like, it's not happening. Everything is going wrong. It's like, it's not happening. At the same time, my same university, they came up with a new course that was information security and cyber forensics. I was like, that's what I want. So at the same time, I was doing modeling here and there. It was a passion since I was a kid. Like in high school, I did my first test shoot, and I was like, this is so cool. When I got to India, I was studying, and I was following all the fashion world. I was following photographers, a stylist, whoever I could. And that's a very interesting, I think your podcast is going to be very long, but that's also very interesting. There are a lot of details in that. So I was following those, and I was studying, and I had a part-time job to just figure out my expenses. Then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my master's too. I started my master's in information security and cyber forensics, and I was like, okay, let's go. My modeling got more serious to a point that when I was doing my master's, it was so hard to keep up with but I was making so much money. I was in newspapers, I was on the billboards, I was everywhere. And that little bit of fame for some little kid, it was fun. Money was coming in. I was trying to keep my attendance to a point that I can just pass and just finish that. I had to finish that 2 years. I have my master's now. I'm like, okay, what do I do? Whether I have to go back, my visa is expiring soon, or I have to go for higher studies again, Europe, US, anywhere. PhD, where is that? And I told my agency, I had a good agency at the time, told my modeling agency, this is happening, whether I have to go or like my visa is expiring. And they were like, well, now we have two options for you. You can go to Italy for 6 months. There is an agency there that they are going to represent you, and then go from there, see what's going on. And there's one in New York for 3 years. I was like, New York it is. Chose New York exactly at the same time when I finished my master's. Went through the whole process. It's so stressful. Now, even at the time, it's so difficult to get US visa.
Yeah.
I went through the whole process of interview. Each of these events, there's a lot of details. I remember I had my magazines in my hand, like all of these magazines. Like imagine I had like 10 of them.
Yeah.
On the cover of magazine. In the other hand, I have my bachelor and all the studies, and I had a paper published. And I went to the person. I was so stressed out. I was like, okay, so I am from Iran, but I studied here. Now I'm going for modeling, and I was applying for a visa, and they checked everything. And then they were like, "What did you study?" I was like, "Information security and cyber forensics." That ruined it.
Yeah, for sure.
That ruined it big time. They were like, "What article did you publish?" I was so proud, but then I was like, fuck. This is not gonna work. They got everything. An interview that everyone's like 5 minutes. They go check the documents, ask a few questions, rejected or approved, right? Mine took 2 hours. At the end of it all, and I had for each of these magazines or all the big people that I worked with, I had like recommendation letters. Showed everything, all my life, everything. I said the truth. Nothing was prepared. I told them the truth. They were like, well, you have to submit more documents. Now you have to go to the other section. They have a few more questions for you. And I was like, I started picking up my stuff, and I was like, and then I was like, you know what? You tell everyone right then, right there, that like, did I get it or it's rejected? They were like, well, they need some more information. I was like, I was like so sad. I think it was showing my face. When I was picking up my stuff, the lady who was interviewing me, she was like, I hope you have a good time in New York. I was like, okay. I have to submit more
Yeah.
documents, but I have this.
Yeah.
So they asked me for more documents and like whatever I did in school, and there was nothing crazy, nothing like with politics, nothing. I
Yeah.
was just like a kid, and all these things happened to me, and I was like actually going to walk for a runway in New York Fashion Week, which was coming up in like a few months. My visa came after 3 months. They did a background check, and it came. I saved $6,000 during all that time. I have to include like life was very cheap there, but
Yeah.
like you get less. But 6,000 was a lot at the
Yeah.
time. I was, and then I went to get my flight ticket. I got my flight ticket, economy, to New York, New Delhi to New York. I had a stop in Dubai. I have to mention this part too, because every part that I'm telling you, something happened and there are so many details. I remember I was so excited. I had my visa. I went to get the economy ticket. I got it. I remember the lady who issued the ticket. I went to the airport. They got everyone inside. They took me out. They were like, you stop. I was like, oh God, again? Is it like, in the beginning of the interview, you were like, Moein Tehran. You
Yeah.
know, and people ask me that question, and they're like, "Oh, cool." I'm like, "No, it's not. Actually,
Yeah.
it's not. It's like it's not amazing. It's like I went through so much. I was stopped for it. That's another story. I had a hard time because of where I was born.
Yeah.
I had a hard time in my life because of that.
Well, I can understand that too. Like I mean, my last name's Mohseni,
Right.
right? It's
Right,
always
right.
randomly selected. You know what I mean? So it's a different thing, but I understand where you're coming from
Yeah.
because
They stopped me and they were like, "You go." And Dubai airport, very pretty, huge. Security was scary. I was like, what's going on? And they were like, well, you got a complimentary first class ticket. I was excited. I was like, okay, great. First class, probably that's more
Yeah.
leg room. I experienced something in the plane that like it was nothing. It was like nothing like it. I had my room.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't even know luxury
That's
at
a
the
whole
time.
different first class.
I was like, what? Okay, 3 hours. I was so excited. I think I ate as much as possible. They had a chef. I ate as much as possible, and I drank, and I was like, okay, great. I'm happy with that. Got down in Dubai, and I was like, it was worth it. It's okay. It was 3 hours. It's okay. I wish it was the long flight
Yeah.
from Dubai to New York. In Dubai, again, they stopped me. They put me aside. I was stressed out. I was nervous. Everyone left. And they told me the same thing. You got a complimentary first class ticket. Another 12 hours, I was on the way. First class. Then I was like, when I think about that, I'm like, universe was telling me you are on the right path.
Yeah.
Now, after all that you went through, a little bit of treat for you.
Yeah.
So go enjoy it, and then you're going to the right place. I got to New York, and then modeling was, I started doing programming part-time too, and modeling was very serious. Again, another restart in my life, but this time I knew English.
Yeah.
It was scary though, but it was scary. Moving to New York, I lived in Brooklyn. It was scary, but then I
How
figured
old were
it
you? Right around here.
out. When I moved to New York, I was exactly 24. I was 18 to 22. I did my bachelor. 22 to 24, I finished my master's, and everything happened exactly without any gap. 24, I'm in New York. And I started just figuring life there, and it was pretty much the same thing, but more expensive.
Yeah.
I had 5,000 something now left that I had to live with, and hopefully just make money so that I can pay for my expenses. There was no
Yeah.
way that my parents could help at that point. I had no friends. It was just me. And
With $5,000 in New York.
with $5,000, yes. which ended very quick. I think in like
Yes.
2 or 3 months, I was at zero. I have a screenshot of those days, zero. The day that would be zero, something would happen. I would make like 300 bucks, or like I'll get a shoot and I'll get paid exactly on that day. I opened a credit card. They were like, we have to hold $500. We will give you 500. We'll hold 500 in your account.
Secured credit card. Yeah.
I finished all my money. I used all my 500. I didn't have money to pay it back. The day came, something came up, and then I paid that 500 right away. And then again, I got to zero. There was nothing happening. And then I got a letter from bank that you were good. You paid the last few months. We're gonna unfreeze your 500. Again, I have 500 to just like live my life with.
Yeah.
And I would see like things like that, and I'm like, okay, I'm on the right path. God, what do you want me to learn? okay. So that's a little bit of my story.
So you're living paycheck to paycheck in New York. You're doing modeling, some programming.
Yeah.
How did you end up in California doing real estate? Like where was that transition? When did you move here? Did you move straight from New York to California? Or did you live somewhere else?
Yeah, so I had one aunt here. She was an interior designer. And my uncle, who I think you know, his name is Moein Tehran. He is a builder here. I just knew them here in California. And sometimes I would just come travel. The only part of the family, and I loved her, I was close to her, that we had from family here in US. And I would just come to California. I'm like, wow, it's so laid back, so pretty. Look at that, view and everything. I love it. I want to be here, but like my life is going on in New York, and I cannot stop it.
Yeah.
And I just needed something to just make that decision. But I couldn't until 2020. 2020 for the new year, I came here. My aunt was in remission. She had cancer. The cancer was back, and when I came here, she was not doing well. I was like, that's hard. And it's just her and her husband. Very difficult. Like, it's crazy. And during those times, their friends are there, family is better. Sometimes they're there, but it's a 24/7 care.
Yeah.
You need to give to that person, and I'm not used to that. It's new, and I love her. She's the only part of the family that I have. After 1 week, I have to go back to New York, and I'm like, fuck, I can't leave. Do I go back to New York and just think about what's going on here, and just like talk to her over phone, or just to stay here and help her? My heart was like, stay here and help her, just like a little more.
Yeah.
That 1 week turned into 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. I lost my job. I had a sales job, actually. I was doing programming. It got to a point, and I was like, I'm not seeing New York at all because I'm just programming.
Yeah, you're just inside. Yeah.
So I decided I don't want to do this. I want to go. I'm an extrovert. I need to go out. I need to deal with people. I need to just see things.
Yeah.
I got a sales job. I was paying a lot less than what I was getting in programming. I lost that job, and that felt horrible.
Yeah.
I had a friend who went and to my place, and he was giving me the rent for it. So I was like, I still had my place together, but it was stressful. But what I was seeing, it was crazy. It was like it was a different world. I'm sorry for everyone, whoever is going through that, and I have huge respect. Whoever is giving care to people who are sick. A month turned into 2, turned into 3. COVID happened. Everything got shut. No one was working. I was like, okay. I felt a little bit better. I was like, okay, at least no one's working. It's not just me. Everything changed. Everything changed. I was like, okay, 4 months, 5 months. We started going downhill. She started going downhill, and in November she passed away.
This is
She
21.
passed away. It's 2020, November of 2020. And I experienced something very unusual, something that I've
I saw death. It destroyed me in a way. It just changed me. The biggest change of my life happened. I went back to New York right after that. I didn't care like if it's COVID. They're like, if you go, you die. All those people were dying in New York. Was like, okay, so what? Went to New York. New York was not the same city. Didn't feel the same. I spent like 2-3 weeks. I figured out my stuff and like I was like, I need to go home. I need to go back home, and home was here.
Home was here, yeah.
This is something that happened, and was like, okay. Came back that year. I went back to New York 4 or 5 times. Every month, every 2 months, like I was back. But then I came back here, and I was a person who was like completely. I was destroyed emotionally, mentally. I was like, I don't know. I didn't know what. I was like, okay, I if I work or if I don't work, it's the same thing. We're gonna die.
Yeah.
If I eat or I don't eat, I don't care what I'm gonna eat. I don't care if I go on a date or not. I don't care what nothing.
Yeah.
I worked through that with a therapist. I worked through that. I was like, okay, I have to figure this out. I need to find friends here. I need to go out. I need to do something. And my uncle was like, we were so, when I came in the beginning, when my aunt was still good, we were working together, construction. And we stopped it all because like we couldn't. There was no time. There was just like caregiving. That was it. And we were like, okay, let's get back. Make ourselves busy with that. You know, it was like, you know, in order to save money, I'm gonna get my license. That's something that people do. Probably mindful. It's my first podcast. I didn't know I have to silent that.
Your aunt.
Yeah.
Your uncle would build the homes, but your aunt designed them?
Yeah.
I know this because I know them.
Right.
And I remember meeting your uncle years ago and him telling me the story about it. And I was just like mind blown.
Right.
And I didn't even know that was your uncle till right now.
Right.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
And then we started just working.
Yeah, and he builds beautiful homes.
Here's the thing, like I made a video for one of the walkthroughs for one of his houses, and that was the thing that I said right away. There's a difference. Someone is like flipping a house, they sell it. Someone has, this is it. I'm putting all my love and everything. Yeah. This is a design. This is art.
Yep.
I don't care when it's gonna come to the market. I don't know how expensive or this is how I want to build it. We're not doing this to make money. He had so much money that he didn't need that. We're just busy building that. And I said it in that video. I was like, you know, there's a difference. Someone who builds a home to sell it and someone who creates an art.
Well, and also like I think the most beautiful piece about that, and I told him this, actually, interesting story, is we were in front of one of his houses, I want to say in Corona del Mar, and I told him this, and he started crying and gave me a hug because it was like probably right after.
Yeah.
And I remember it like crazy. I told him, I was like, it's the difference is you're not building it to make money, you're building it out of an act of love.
Right.
Because that's literally what it was.
And that was the story behind it. I was like, I have to tell people this is the story. That this is real.
Yeah.
People need to know about this. So I have a little video, but like I tried to just mention it there. But now it's a podcast, and like people can know the detail behind like things. So me and him, we started working 24/7. Nothing else matters. We don't have anyone else. We're just working.
Yeah.
Got my license to save money for not paying commission in buying and selling, but then I got more involved in it. There was a lot to learn, and at the time I was working with a small brokerage. I would go super early and I would leave the office at 9, 10. I didn't have anyone to wait that's waiting for me. It was like I was just working. your first question was like, how did this all that come? Where did this start? Did we get here? That's how it I think if you spend time, if you're grinding it, you'll get the result.
Yeah.
It's not right then. There were times that I wanted to give up again because like the market was bad, or like I could not buy or sell. But then you just keep doing what you know it's right, even though if you don't have anything, you just keep doing. Learn something. You
Yeah.
go. That was my mindset at the time, and then it just happened.
It's interesting. That's interesting because the thought process for you is, and this is actually probably a gift, but also a curse, right? It's like in your mind, you were working because you didn't have anything else to do. You were going through depression. You're like, why else? What else would I do? And so you kept working, which is part of the process. A lot of people don't understand, like this stuff compounds, right? But as you were not getting results, you were already freaking depressed.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'm just going to keep working.
Yeah.
What else am I going to do?
Yeah.
Which was a gift, because a lot of people, that's when they decide, oh, it's not working for me, I'm going to go find something else. But you were just doing it to get your mind off of everything else.
And that's what I try to tell my team members. Like, no, don't give up. Just keep grinding.
Yeah.
It's not, real estate is not something that's like gonna happen right away. You might get a deal or two that's it's like that, but it's 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years. They will reach out to you. They're like, this is, you kept in touch and you did this, and here it is. That's my that's what happened to me, and I'm trying to convey that to them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's amazing. So then you what was your first transaction that you were like, okay, I can do this?
My first transaction was a house in Irvine. I was so excited about it. I didn't know what I'm doing, but it was very close to close the escrow. Something came up. I don't remember. Something from the seller's side that they had to go to court, and I had no idea what's going on. It just got canceled after my first deal. It was the listing agent was living really far, like close to San Diego. I drove there so excited to just meet with this guy and like talk about something, or like some papers that he had to sign. I didn't do DocuSign. I was like, I'm gonna go meet him. That felt true. That was my very first deal.
Wow. And how did you feel after? Like obviously you're like, what the heck?
Right.
And then like, how did you? I know we kept going, but like, where was the I guess the trigger moment where you were like, oh, I can be successful in this space, not just to save commission. You get what I'm saying? Like, where was the decision to like go full into real estate? As far as
I
an
was
agent?
fully in it, but the time that I was like, okay, this is it for me, or it was not then. I just tried to hold on and just work and learn. And up until very recently, that when I saw what I have to do, how I have to treat everyone.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I figured it out. I have to keep my relationships and keep grinding in every possible way that I know. I have to work and I have to farm. I just have to do it.
Yeah. Your team's gonna do, what's your volume this year?
I think we just passed 50 million. I don't know exactly.
Yeah. So this is very impressive, because people, by the way, spend their whole careers trying to hit this number once, right? And like I said early in the podcast, I think you're barely right here, where like you're barely peaking up. You're barely starting to go on the roller coaster up, which is really exciting. It's like the conversations we had about like systems, processes, and things like this. I'm like, that's the next step. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like once you start implementing all of that, like you're going to be $100, $200, $300 million producer. Your team, your company. right? And I think that's super exciting. Like it's even more exciting understanding your story
Right.
and where you came from.
Totally.
And what else I'm interested in hearing is like now, like you're right here at this where you're at today. What's your big vision? What's next? You know.
But okay. You said where in your last question you were like, when did you figure out? Okay, this is success. This is it. I never look at it like that. Actually, I'm like, okay, if tomorrow something happens, we're out of business, because I went through so much in life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure that out too.
Yep.
If it all breaks down and like something like World War III happens,
Yeah.
right? We have to figure it out. And I think like I've gone through so much in life that like whatever is the scenario, I'm gonna be present and then I'll figure it out.
So this is the concept of you hear a lot of people talk about this. It's like, oh, you know, once you make your first million, then you can make it over and over again. It's this thought process of once you understand the formula, it's not scary anymore even. Right?
Right.
And like you said, you've been through a lot, and you've gone from, you know, being in Iran, going to India, going and struggling through this to get to where you're at.
Right.
Going through all this, it's like, what's the worst that's going to happen at this point? I lose it all again?
Right.
Right? And it becomes this same concept. I joke about this all the time. I'm like sometimes I just want to go and say, you know what? I'm going to move. I'm going to move to some random city, and I'm going to just go do it because it's a challenge.
Right.
Like, I'm like, could I do what I've done here?
Right.
And I truly believe I can.
Yeah.
Because it's the same exact principles.
Right.
Right? It's the same systems, the same processes. You just have to rinse and repeat.
Right.
You know?
And that success that you're saying, the goal that you're saying is, for me, it's like, it might sound cliche, but like helping people. It's not how many millions it's going to be at the end.
Yep.
But helping my team members.
Yeah.
To get where they want to. Because I saw the end. You will make it, you make millions. You will lose it too.
Yep.
And also you die at the end, right?
Yeah, you don't take it with you.
And you don't know when that day comes, actually. You never know. It could be any time. But what's going to stay is not the money that is going to be in the bank after that. It's going to be like, oh, Moein he helped me in this. Or like, you know, he made this happen for us. Or he did this. I like that better. That's success. That's success.
Legacy. That's legacy. That's the thought process of like, at the end of the day, we're all gonna die.
Right.
At the end of the day, no matter what, we can't. That is something we cannot avoid.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die. And I believe life is all about. So I two things. Life is about other people. Life is about the impact that you leave on other people, and the most important person in your life at any given moment is the person you're talking to. Right now, you're the most important person in my life because we're spending time together, we're having this conversation, right? And if you can lead from this thought process of like what life's truly about is helping people, and I think it's love, right? Like whether, you know, not romantic, not just love other people, just enjoy people, you know, help people, help them grow.
Right.
And also, how cool is that, right? Like, how cool is it that I can turn around and I can be like, I've made that person a millionaire, I've made that person a millionaire, I've made that person.
Right.
That is insane to me because it's not just that little piece. It's like, I do that with you, then you're going to go do it with somebody else.
Right.
And then and that's the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
That's why I'm obsessed with butterflies. You know what I mean? Like,
and I have a thing, like I have to be good at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's not the best. I figured that it's not the best to be a perfectionist.
Yep.
But I think I am. I try to, now that I know it, I try to just, I mean, no one's perfect.
No, exactly.
But if I'm having a transaction, I don't care about like, okay, how much it's gonna be at the end for me. But if I'm good at my game, okay, I negotiated really good. Yes, I helped them. That's priority for sure. But also, I want to be good at my game, and that is also being good at my business. That is also good at being where I want to have my deal and have my team and like where I'm going. Yeah, that's important too.
Yep.
Is it my priority? No, because I know at the end, like this is all done.
Yeah.
We die.
Exactly.
That's rough, tough, like thing to say, but like yeah, at the end, that's not gonna stay. So.
But it's like we have a choice on a daily basis of how we output and what we do. It's like the other day I was telling somebody. The other day we were supposed to go, we had a team party. We had a yacht party the other day for our company. So we're all going there, and then we got a request to see something. I don't go and do this anymore, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go do it. And I was like, I'll just do it because let my team enjoy their day. Right. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go do it. I'm on my way there, and I'm like, oh, I got to pull up all the information. My team had scheduled it all, yada, yada. So I'm like, I got to pull up the information. I pull it up. It's a rental.
Oh, that happened to me. Oh,
$2,700. And I go, dang. In my mind, I start thinking, you know what? Maybe I'll just skip this. You know what? I'll just go call someone else, go have them go do it. And I said, no, Cyrus, what are you doing? You have to go in there and do the best you can be. You're going to be the best freaking rental agent. And that's who you're going to be today. That's what I did. We ended up doing it. Long story short, they have to sell 3 properties. Right?
There you go.
But again, $2,700 rental. Right? But in my mind, I wanted to go out there and I wanted to be the best person I can be in that stage. Right. If you're, I did this funny post a little while ago about SpongeBob. And it was like SpongeBob, you learn a lot from business from him because he goes and makes these Krabby Patties every day. And if it's like $1 million job, he's obsessed over these Krabby Patties, but he's just flipping burgers. I think that if you do that, right, just in general with your business, with who you are, and you put 120% into what you're doing, people notice, right? People see that. I could be flipping burgers, and when someone's doing good work, and I see somebody doing that, I'm like, hey, let me come on over here. Let me help you.
You figured the formula too.
Yeah, it's this thought process.
That's it. Yeah, it's thought process. The only one who can stop you is just you.
Correct. And you put 100% effort in.
Right.
No matter what you do.
Yeah.
And you win.
Yeah, it comes back to you.
Correct.
I don't know what it is beyond this world but it comes back to you.
Yep.
You'll get the result. It's karma, it's God, it's energies, I don't know.
Yeah,
but it comes back to you.
At 100%. And I think the big part that people get caught up on is they want it to come back when they want it to come back.
Right.
But we don't create the timeline.
We don't.
Right? Like everybody wants results. Everybody wants to put out this output and then you get this.
Right.
And this date at this time at this second.
Right.
And it's like, that's not how this works.
I planned so many things in my life that I'm going to be this at this time. None of them went the way that I was planning. It went the way it had to go.
Yep. 100%. And I think that's a big piece too, is like the acceptance of where you're at and where you're going.
Right.
Like I think a lot of the times we try to fight where we're at or where we're going because we want this way and this is what our plan is. But what's the joke? It's like if you want to see if God has a sense of humor, make plans. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. It's not gonna work. Yeah. But if you have faith in the fact that I believe everything happens for a reason. Sometimes we don't know what that reason is. I just have to have faith in the fact that thing happens and there's a reason for it.
Exactly.
And then just keep going forward.
Everything happens for a reason.
Right? So, pretty interesting. Now, I have a couple more questions for you.
Okay.
First question is where can people find you and connect with you?
How?
Yeah.
They can find me and
connect with you.
With me. Do you want my phone number?
No, don't put your phone number on. Social media or something.
Email. I have social media.
Yeah. What's your social? What do you use most? Instagram.
Instagram, yeah. I used to work on it really hard. Now I don't have really time for it. I don't have a specific person for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if someone sends me something, I'll
So what's
see
your
it.
Instagram handle?
It's Moein Teh, Moeinteh.
Perfect. And then my next question is someone's 17, 18 years old trying to figure out what they're going to do with their life and ready to make that jump.
Right.
What piece of advice would you give them?
It's hard because like I have to see that person and be like how they are, then I can advise them better. Just something general, it's hard to say. Like there is nothing that I would say don't give up. Just keep working on what you plan that you are doing. Follow your heart. Be ethical about life and people around you. I would definitely say if you work hard, you will get the good result. If you get a bad result, you learn from those. If you get a bad result, is actually better. Be patient, I would say. Be patient and go through the bad results, figure it out, and that makes you be better. If you're good, if everything's good, you don't realize things. But you need realization for growth. So just try, wait, look back, see what you did. Do it again. Make it better. We were talking about the system, right? Just make it better and better and better. Just don't give up. Keep doing it.
I love
That's what I
that.
would say.
You said something. If it's bad, it's actually better.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty interesting. Is this concept of I believe the same thing. Like there is no failure, right? As long as we learn from it, as long as we review it. There's a lot of quote unquote bad that happens, but as long as we learn from it and we don't give up, then it's all growth.
Literally. Every Wednesday I meet with my team, right? One thing I ask them every time, I'm like, looking back, each person, tell me, looking back from last Wednesday to this Wednesday, what is one thing that you learned that was good? One thing that you learned you could do better.
Yep.
And today I asked them the same question, and actually the whole meeting changed. I was like, guys, like, the reason why I'm asking you that question is for you to realize what you did. It's not for me here to push you guys every day. You know what you're doing. You know, just wait for a second, look back. How did you do today? What did you do?
Yep.
Can you do that better? If you're making that coffee, can you do that better? Stop it for a little bit, or just see what you did. Look back. Wait a second. No. Nothing is like gonna go wrong. Hold on. Look back. Tomorrow you can make it better. 1 week you can do it better. You talk to the clients. What did you say that was not right? What did you do that was not right? Not everything is perfect from the day
Yep.
one. You make mistakes. From those mistakes you learn it.
Yeah.
So, but learn it. Just don't keep going. Look back. Wait a second, and look back and see what's going on.
Yeah.
And then the whole meeting changed. It's like, guys, like, I don't need to tell you anything. You know it, but just wait and think about it.
Yep. 100%. It's review your film.
Yeah.
Right. Like as an athlete, that's what we
If
would
someone 17, 18-year-old asks me, okay, what do I do? I'll be like, that's cool. That the fact that you're coming to me and asking me, what do I do to be successful? You're looking for success. You're already on the good path to just like, that's amazing. These are the things that I can share. I would say go read books. That's a big one. I just remember that. Read. Forget about Instagram and all that social media and everything. Read. And then experience. And the people that around you, hear their stories. Experience yours. and then wait, look back, see what you learned, make it better. You don't need anyone to just tell you what's right, what's wrong. No,
Yeah.
just you can do it.
I love that. Appreciate you so much
Of
for being
course,
on,
man.
brother.
Yeah, that was fun.
Thank you so much. Yeah, hell yeah.